Hey everyone, welcome back to U.S. Immigration News, where we break down the latest in immigration news to help you navigate this complex world. If you're in the process of applying for a marriage-based green card or know someone who is, stop what you're doing and listen up, this is urgent. With President Trump's second term well underway in 2025, we're already seeing seismic shifts in how USCIS handles family-based immigration. And looking ahead to 2026, things are about to get even tougher with new scrutiny that could derail thousands of applications. Today, we're diving deep into what's changing for marriage green cards, from heightened fraud checks to the return of old rules that make approvals harder. We'll cover everything from waivers and processing delays to who's at the highest risk and what legal steps you can take next. This video is packed with well-researched info to keep you informed and prepared because knowledge is your best defense in these uncertain times. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on updates. Let's jump right in. 1. Marriage green cards. What's really changing? First off, let's talk about the core of today's topic, marriage-based green cards. These are the pathway for spouses of U.S. citizens or permanent residents to live and work legally in the states. But under the current administration, USCIS has quietly tightened procedures, making the process more rigorous than ever. In 2025, key forms like the I-130 and I-485 have been updated with stricter requirements for evidence of a bona fide marriage. We're talking more detailed affidavits, financial docs, and even social media reviews to spot potential fraud. Reports indicate increased in-person interviews, sometimes with surprise ICE involvement, especially for cases where applicants have prior overstays or unlawful entries. What's really changing? Expect more requests for evidence and a focus on extreme vetting. This isn't just bureaucracy. It's a deliberate shift to weed out what the administration sees as weak applications. If your marriage is genuine, great, but you'll need ironclad proof to avoid delays or denials. 2. Immigration under Trump's second presidency. What's changed? To understand these green card shifts, we have to look at the broader immigration landscape under Trump's second term. Starting in January 2025, a series of executive orders kicked things off, including declarations of national emergency at the border and ramped-up enforcement. Key changes include pausing certain green card adjudications for enhanced reviews, expanding deportation priorities, and cutting back on humanitarian programs. Family-based immigration, which includes marriage green cards, is under the microscope because the administration views it as a potential loophole for chain migration. We've seen reports of social media monitoring for green card holders and stricter checks on criminal histories. Overall, the tone is tougher, slower processing, higher fees without waivers in many cases, and a push toward merit-based systems over family ties. This sets the stage for even more scrutiny in 2026 as these policies fully roll out. 3. Understanding immigration waivers. I-601 and I-601A Simplified. If you've hit a snag in your green card application like unlawful presence or other inadmissibility grounds, waivers might be your lifeline. Let's break down the two big ones. Form I-601 and I-601A. The I-601 is the application for waiver grounds of inadmissibility. It's for a wide range of issues, like health-related problems, criminal records, or fraud. You file it after an interview, proving extreme hardship to a U.S. citizen or resident family member if denied. Then there's the I-601A, the Provisional Unlawful Presence Waiver. This one's a game changer for those who've overstayed visas. You apply before leaving the U.S. for your consular interview abroad, getting a provisional approval to avoid long bans. Recent updates in 2025 include gender-neutral language and stricter evidence requirements, but the core purpose remains, showing your case deserves mercy. These aren't easy. Approval rates hover around 70 to 80%, but they're essential for many marriage-based cases. For why waiver approvals are taking longer and facing more denials. Speaking of approvals, if you're waiting on a waiver, you're not alone in your frustration. In 2025, processing times have ballooned due to USCIS backlogs, staffing reductions, and intensified reviews under the new administration. Why the delays? Factors include higher caseloads from reopened old applications, stricter vetting like social media checks, and pauses for certain nationalities deemed high risk. I-601 waivers now average over 2 years, up from previous timelines. Denials are rising to EB. 2 NIW rates show a downturn, and similar trends hit family waivers due to incomplete packages or failure to prove hardship. Immigration experts point to policy shifts. More RFEs, budget cuts, and focus on fraud detection are slowing everything down. If your case is complex, expect even longer waits heading into 2026. 5. The return of the public charge rule. Financial scrutiny is back. One of the most talked about comebacks is the public charge rule. In November 2025, DHS proposed rescinding the 2022 Biden-era version and reinstating a stricter Trump-style policy. What does this mean? Public charge determines if an immigrant is likely to become dependent on government benefits. The new proposal expands factors like age, health, skills, and assets, making it harder for lower-income applicants to qualify for green cards. For marriage green cards, sponsors must prove they can support the applicant without public aid, think affidavits of support with tougher enforcement. This could chill enrollment in programs like Medicaid, affecting millions. Advocates warn it's a wealth test in disguise, disproportionately hitting families from certain countries. As we head into 2026, finalization could mean more denials for those who have strong financial proof. 6. Who faces the highest immigration risk in 2025 to 2026. With these changes, certain groups are at elevated risk. Top of the list, undocumented immigrants or those who've lost status, over 1.6 million in 2025 alone due to policy shifts. Mass deportation plans target those with criminal charges, even minor ones, via laws like the Laken-Riley Act. Citizens from 19 high-risk countries face pause applications and enhanced security flags, think visa revocations and detention risks. Green card holders aren't immune. Social media monitoring and criminal history reviews could lead to revocation. Asylum seekers and those on temporary protections like TPS are seeing pathways close, with border flows dropping sharply. In 2026, expect expanded IC operations and more notices to appear. 182 national security risks flagged already this year. If you're in these categories, act fast. 7. Your legal paths forward, what to do next, and key takeaways. All right, let's end on an empowering note. What can you do? First, consult an immigration attorney. Immediately, don't DIY this. For marriage green cards, gather robust evidence. Joint finances, photos, and affidavits from friends. Explore waivers if needed, but file complete applications to avoid RFEs. Stay informed on public charge. Build your financial case strong. Know your rights. Green card holders make a safety plan against deportation risks. Legal pathways are limited, but options like adjustment of status or consular processing remain for eligible folks. Avoid travel if on a visa stamping is riskier now. Key takeaways. Prepare for delays. Prove your case meticulously and advocate for yourself. Conclusion. There you have it, the urgent realities of marriage green cards under Trump's USCIS in 2026. From new scrutiny and waiver hurdles to public charge comebacks, these changes are reshaping lives. But remember, you're not powerless. Stay proactive, seek expert help, and keep fighting for your future. Thanks for watching. Drop your questions in the comments, like if this helped, and share with anyone who needs it. See you next time. Stay safe out there.